Today we're looking at what's new with Microsoft 365 Copilot. It's July of 2026. Can you believe it? It's almost been 3 years since Copilot came out, and there's been a lot of changes. So we're going to focus on what really moves the needle, what are some of the interesting and powerful things that have changed in the application, but not just the application. I'm going to include a feature in Outlook, in Excel, and in PowerPoint as well. My name is Shervin Shaffie. I work at Microsoft as a Copilot Principal Engineer. If this is your first time tuning into Collaboration Simplified, welcome. Let's dive right into it. What we're going to do first is we're going to open up a browser and we're going to type in m365copilot.com. This is going to log you in to the application, and there's also an app that you might have installed on your PC. You can go in that way as well. Now, first, if you notice on the bottom left-hand side, you'll see your username. So I'm logged in as Arnold here, and he's using the M365 Copilot Premium license, which means that he has the full license, access to all the bells and whistles of Copilot. On the other hand, there's a user here that I have that is using Copilot Basic, and it's Copilot Chat. And there's an upgrade button below it. So if you have this, then you don't have the full version. You still have access to a bunch of features Copilot has, but it's not going to have everything that I'm going to be showing you. So let's switch back to this premium user, the full license, and we'll highlight some of the things that have changed. First of all, what's changed is right here along the top, you see that it says new design, and this toggle is flipped on. If I flip it off, then you'll see that it actually changes the way this looks. Work and web shows up here, and the left rail looks different as well. So if yours looks different, it might be because you don't have new design toggled on. We're going to leave it on right now. The next thing you'll notice is that there is this section here called Work IQ, and next to it is Auto as well. Now, Work IQ, you can actually turn it off by clicking on it, or you can turn it back on. It makes a lot of sense to leave it on because this then has access to all your emails and Teams messages and everything. And with it off, it doesn't have access to all of that. So what I actually like to do is a combination of it on, and then if I click these three dots on the right hand side here, you can actually turn off web. If you turn off web, then everything is grounded on your work data, Work IQ, and you can also turn off Work IQ and just leave web. So depending on the combination you have set up there, you can either have access to both internal and external web, or just internal or just external. So kind of play around with that. The next thing I'll show you that's new is if you look on the left-hand side here, there's chat and there's also co-work. Now we're in chat, but if I select co-work, you'll see that it checks your access, and if you have access, you'll get Copilot co-work. I've done videos on it. It's really cool and powerful, but because it's actually a separate pricing structure, you're gonna have to request access, and then your company and IT decides if they're gonna give you access. But for today, we're gonna focus on Copilot. Just know that co-work is there, but it gets added on top of your M365 Copilot Premium license. Now, the other thing that's very powerful to do is instead of leaving this on auto, I found that sometimes when I'm creating PowerPoint presentations or Excel documents, Opus is actually quite powerful, and that's my preferred choice. So you can actually go ahead and manually select it instead of leaving it on auto. And now you also have access to, or some of you might, GPT-5.6 just came out. And if you don't, it'll come out soon. So you have your choice of either manually selecting these or just leaving it on auto. For now, we're gonna leave it on auto. One newer feature here in this chat box with this plus icon is if I select that, you'll see there's this add capabilities option that shows up. And here, when you select it, you can do research a topic, analyze, write a document, build a workbook, design a presentation, and so on. So this is actually interesting. And so if I go here and I say, for example, design a presentation, you'll see that this presentation agent essentially comes up, and I can go ahead and either X and remove it, or I can select sources so that the presentations are based just on the web or my work data as well. So you can be very specific. For now, we'll turn this off, but I wanted to show you this other thing, which is if I select plus and I then chat with an agent, you'll see that all it did was it put this @ sign over here, and then all my agents show up that I have access to. Now, if I go to the PowerPoint agent here, for example, you'll see that it does the same thing. So whether you do @ and then select one of these agents like presentation, or you click the plus and then add capability, it's the same thing. It's just different ways of going about it essentially. Now with this presentation agent here, I can type something in like, create a 5 to 10 page slide deck for me that explains when to use M365 Copilot versus CoWork versus Copilot Studio. This is a very common question. I'm just going to go ahead and send this off. This presentation agent actually uses Anthropic, so it uses Opus, which is my preferred large language model for these types of interactions, but it creates a structure. So as it goes through it, you'll see that it's going to start asking you questions. Who is the primary audience for this deck? So for now, let's put end users and employees, and then you can answer the question of the length. Let's make it about 8 to 10 slides. And then you can also select the theme. So here I have a bunch of different options. Let's go with sky. And if everything looks good, let's go. Now, while it's doing it, I wanted to show you that you can also go to just the basic Copilot chat. You don't have to select an agent. And then you can also type in this same prompt. Create a 5 to 10 page slide deck that compares these 3 different options that we have. Now, instead of auto, I can select Opus and I can send it off. So you have different ways of going about this. You can either just put it in chat and click and select your model of choice, or you can use the PowerPoint agent. There's other agents as well. So we can actually compare the outputs of these two to see what the differences are. The other thing that is good to note is this agents menu over here. And so if we select it, you'll see that first you can create a new agent. This is using Agent Builder we've done in the past. And then all your agents that you're using show up here. You can also select more agents. This takes you to the agent store where you can see all your agents. And then I wanted you to notice that if you select See More by Built by Microsoft, there's a bunch of new agents that might show up for you, like this Learning Advisor, this SME Finder, Plan My Day, and also on the bottom here, there is this Career Coach that's popped up. So check out these agents. Maybe some of them are going to be useful for you, and then you can go ahead and select Career Coach, for example, and then you can add it to your profile and pin it so it shows up on the left-hand side. The other question that comes up often is search, because we have chat, and so people wonder, what's the point of search when you have Copilot chat? So if I select search, you'll see that you can search by person or by content. And so for example, if you want to find something by Corey, you just select Corey and you select enter, and then everything Corey has sent you in terms of calendar invitations or emails or Teams messages shows up here. So for example, I can further refine, and maybe he sent me something around Atlas, and I can go ahead and do email, and then here it refines all the emails that he sent me around Atlas, and I can go and find it. So if you think to yourself, oh, somebody sent me this document, I don't know where I put it, search is a good way to find it. Now let's go back to that Copilot chat where we used Opus and we asked it to create a slide deck for us. So here's a slide deck, and I just wanted to show you that Copilot has come a long way in the great presentations that it can make. So this is a presentation in terms of the 3 different choices that you have in terms of Copilot, CoWork, Copilot Studio, and Opus was able to design this for us. So it looks really nice, and I think it's come a long way. Obviously, I would recommend that you review it and make sure everything is accurate. And then switching over to the other way that we created the PowerPoint slide deck by answering these questions, which was using the PowerPoint agent. This is the content that it was able to create for us in terms of the PowerPoint deck. Either one that you choose, I think it looks really nice, and Anthropic is doing a great job when you use it as the model. The agent uses that automatically on the back end. So depending on what you prefer, you have different choices on how you can create these PowerPoint slide decks. I think that's about it on the M365 Copilot, the key features that I wanted to highlight. I will say that if you click these 9 dots here, you can get to applications really quickly. So for example, if we go to Outlook, I wanted to show you a couple of things that are very powerful here. So here on the top right hand side, if you click the settings, you can then find the Copilot menu item for Outlook. And when you select that, you have these different choices like preferences, prioritize, draft instructions, and calendar. Now, we've looked at prioritize before, which you can say what's higher priority, what's lower priority by just typing in. So for example, here I've said any emails from Albert consider higher priority, as well as any emails from Shervin. So if I go out of here, you'll see that any emails coming from me, Shervin, and Albert automatically have this little up arrow, which pushes them up to the top of my inbox because they're considered priority. Let's go back to settings and Copilot. The main thing I wanted to show you was we have calendar instructions. So now when you select calendar instructions, you can select create instructions on the right hand side. This pops open a Copilot window. Here it is, it says what calendar instructions can do: accept automatically, follow automatically, decline automatically. And then as you scroll down, it gives you the different filters. So you can filter based on the organizer, the subject, the duration, and so on. So all you got to do is define it by just typing it in here, or you can go ahead and select one of these pre-canned messages if they make sense. And then you can go ahead and automate your calendar so that these events are automatically accepted or declined and so on. And then the last thing I'll show you is if we go to Microsoft Excel, this is a sample Excel document that I have. Here on the bottom right hand side, if I select the Copilot icon, I wanted you to notice that now we have this little drop down that by default for me it says allow editing. And when I select it, you'll see that there are 3 choices: allow editing, plan, and chat. And by the way, editing was known as agent mode in the past, and it actually can create content for you instead of just telling you what to do. But what's new is this plan mode. So it comes up with the plan first. So if I select it and I type something like, what types of charts can I create from the spreadsheet, and I send it off, now I can start to brainstorm with Copilot. So instead of it just going off and doing something, I can have a conversation and we can plan. So here it came back and it said that you can either create a bar or column chart for accounts by work stream. You can maybe create a Gantt style timeline chart. And here I can either say, go ahead and do 1 and 4, or just proceed with all of them. And so you've now gone from the planning stage to the execution stage. So after a little bit of time here, it says that the 6 items are done. And so I'm just going to close this off and we're going to take a look at these. It's basically all these different charts that we talked about, and in terms of the planning stage, it put them here for me. Now what I could do is I can open up the chat again here and I can say something like, can you put each one in its own worksheet for me? Because there's too many of them in one. And now you can see along the bottom that Copilot created a worksheet for each of these different charts. So initially it had them all in one place, but now it's separated them out simply by me asking it to do so. Now for your next video, if you have Copilot Co-work or are interested in how it works, I suggest you watch this one. Thank you very much for your support. If you liked the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. I'll catch you on the next one.